Always fresh and a little bit sticky. Keep it Stokd Cannabis Wiki. We're always fresh and a little bit sticky. The green room on Cannabis Wiki.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Green Room live from Stokd Cannabis in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Hey Dee.
Hey Jackie, aren't we at the seventh wonder of the world?
That's right. Well, Stoked could be the eighth wonder of the world.
Yes.
This epoxy fire pit we're sitting around could be, that's for sure. I love it. Well, our next guests are from Other People's Pot. They sell Other People's Pot. Rebecca and Amy.
Hey, hi.
That's a great name.
Thank you. Yeah, we love it. OPP, Other People's Pot. So there's so many different entendres. It's like a quadruple
OPP,
entendre.
that song.
Yeah, exactly. There's the song. There's obviously some other Ontario references that we're trying to just, play around with. So
I was only thinking of the good ones.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we got to just use what people are familiar with and make it our own. But so we did even work backwards actually from OPP to get Other People's Pot, which just made sense because it's what we do. It's what we sell. It's what we all smoke. Mostly. So we don't grow a lot. We used to.
What do you do with Other People's Pot?
Yeah.
So we're a sales agency.
Your role?
My role, I'm one of the co-founders. So Allison Gordon and I founded the company about 1.5 years ago and have worked with a bunch of amazing brands to help them sell more weed, get introduced to the market, some of them for the first time. We've obviously been, experienced in this industry, so trying to help others with a lot of what we've learned. And I think that is where we're a little bit different. There's a few ways that we're different. One is we've all worked in the cannabis space on the LP side a lot, so we understand the challenges, the operational challenges, where the cycle can break down. So that's, I think, great for our clients. And then the other thing that we do differently is we've built this community, even just branding ourselves as Other People's Pot, bringing like the love of weed that we have to selling weed because that's what we do and that's why we do it.
And so it's pot.
It's pot. At the end of the day, I know this industry and I've been in it for a long time and I was part of like, let's say cannabis, because we had to do that for a while. We had to like prove ourselves and package it in a really beautiful way and show people, hey, this is not scary and this is okay. But then you realize, wait, this isn't fun anymore. Right. Like what happened to this being a catalyst for giggling with your friends and just feeling a little bit better today and all that stuff and having a good time. So Other People's Pot is rooted in that fun. We think it's really fun to sell weed. Like it's hard, obviously. And I often say we're like a reverse mullet. It's like business in the back, party in the front. It takes a lot of work to like look like you're having that much fun, but it's important to bring that to the industry and to like this, to the retail stores really.
Mullet.
So when does a brand or LP contact you? Like when should they like be like, okay, hey, let's get a hold
Rebecca
of
want to take
Other
that one?
People's Pot?
Oh gosh, well, it can be right from the beginning, really. Like you could have someone who's just getting started and really doesn't know how to get it into the industry.
Right.
So they'll contact us then. Or somebody who's an established brand, we'll take Cookies for an example, who is coming into the market, maybe from somewhere else. And then we'll get contacted saying, we need help, getting into the market, getting into all these stores in Ontario or Alberta or BC or whatnot.
Right.
As people are growing too, like there's always that time where you're, I've done it, Rebecca's done it. Everyone basically on our team has been that like one road warrior salesperson for an LP. Right. And it's really like fun, but obviously there are thousands of stores now. And as you get to a certain place in your scalability, you're saying like, I can't do this myself. You need to have something that's going to be, based into your cogs. Like when you have a sales agency, you can pretty much put that right into the cogs of what your product is and know exactly what you're going to be paying. The cogs is like what everything actually costs to make that product.
Cost of
goods.
Cost of goods.
Yeah. So when you're looking at when to bring in a sales agency, I mean, if you want to have more boots on the ground, you want that to be, paid for in relations to how much weed you're selling. That's definitely the right time to do it. It's great to build out your own team, obviously, if you have the resources to do that, but it's time consuming and very expensive. And we're here like at any stage like of growth for a company because people need to make those kinds of changes. Obviously, there's a lot of pivoting going on in this
So
industry,
would
as
you
we know.
put together like a team, an activations team to go out to retailers for them?
So we
or
have
do you guys
sales
do
reps.
that for? You would do that for the brand, or you help them do
We
it?
do
Like, how
that
does it
for
work?
the brand. So we have
Okay.
reps. We have about 12 to 15 reps at all times across the country
Right.
in a bunch of different provinces that are working directly with the retailers to make awesome deals that are, working for them, working for us in terms of what can we do to support you in the market? What can we do to support and educate your bud tenders? How can we get everyone trying and super stoked about these products? And how can we stoked. And how can we get some win-wins going on where like we're all able to have fun, sell weed and learn a little bit and, do right by the consumer as well, obviously. So that's where we do have reps across the country. We're selling on behalf of our people. We're really like, across the board have some great strategies in place, but that is something that is kind of across the board for our clients as well. We have another client, Purple Hills. They have a brand called Community as well that just launched. Like these groups we've been with since the beginning, and they really do rely on our people to represent them out in the field and even beyond, because we've got such great reps and they all have like so much going on in their own personal lives, and they're all influencers, or influencers of influencers, which is what I like to think we all are. So yeah, we're out there on behalf of them every day.
Yeah, because we interview a lot of brands, so like, if they're having they're feeling constrained of like not being able to get out there enough, then they could consider you to help, be an extension of their team, I would guess.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And like tell their story for them. And that's where us being cannabis people, being in this industry from day one, like I like to think we've got some credibility. We've built reputations for ourselves. And that reputation is like, we know great weed. We understand where to price it. We understand all of that. And we'd love for people to look at OPP in our portfolio and say, I know that I can trust everything that's in there, and that value should come back to obviously our clients every single day. Mm-hmm. So that's where also for us, we saw the writing on the wall with the number of stores that were coming, how it was all rolling out. And we said, how can we pull people into this community too? How can we, make it more sustainable, make it, less just driving, waiting in a parking lot with your briefcase to like go in and try to pitch. Right. So we've come up with all these different unique ways to reach the bud tender. We have like a hot box program, it's called, where we're sampling and sending out products or not products, depending on provinces and regs and whatever, but sending lots of stuff out to our bud tender.
I'm kind of getting it now. So basically what it is you've built the ecosystem and the contacts. So now if I have a new product that I want to launch, I can contact you and utilize that as an extension of my team to get out there in the right places.
Exactly. You nailed it.
That's good. I like that.
I like that. And that's
And you want to know what? Your brands that you have, like you just said, is like, okay, well, you're working, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're working with these, it almost looks like you pick your customers. You know what I mean? You can't just come to you and your brand isn't of a certain quality, and you guys probably will not accept that brand.
You got it.
I was gonna ask
exactly
you that. Is there this just won't work for us? Like you can't partner? There has to be one or two that has come and.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't been here since the beginning, so I really can't speak to it too much, but I imagine Amy could probably take that one. But yeah.
I mean, there's definitely like, for us, we want to work with people that we want to see in the industry in the long term. I'd say that's like the easiest way to answer that question. We don't have a ton of clients. We're very boutique. We keep it that way. We've had, different mixes of clients in the past, but most importantly for us, number one is products that we will use ourselves, and clients that we want to work with every day, obviously, is hugely important. This is our life and what we do for work and fun. And also, clients that we want to see survive and thrive in the industry. And like, we want to see the best for this industry. We've been doing this for so long. I personally started in 2014. I used to run a dispensary called 416 Medicinal on King Street. Like, we sold amazing weed. I love it. I've been, advocating for this plant ever since. And I want to continue to do that with anything I any ability I have, I'm going to take that and make sure that this industry is thriving. And 5 years, 10 years, it takes obviously an army, which you guys are a huge part of. And I'm so grateful. And that's how we think that we can help make an impact. And also that translates to bud tenders, and they should understand that when they see products that are under the OPP portfolio, they are supporting good people. But right now, all family businesses actually within our portfolio, which is awesome. Just really supporting people that want to do right by this industry, sustainable businesses that are not here to just drop in and leave.
I like that because you said trust and loyalty, which is a big deal. So we know when we've come to Stokd to purchase something under your brand, under the OPP, other people's pot brand, that one of those, so cookies, whatever it is, we can trust them. We know it's consistent. It's consistently good. It's something. It's loyal.
Yeah.
Do you have a loyalty program? Is that what you said the hot box thing is?
So that's for bud tenders. Like everything that we do is really for the bud tender and for the retailer. So we're not facing the consumer. So our loyalty program is like for bud tenders.
So bud tenders that purchase your stuff, or bud tenders, how is it?
Just bud tenders that want to know more and be a part of our community basically can sign up on our website. So our website is literally, hey, we like to put great pot in the hands of other people. Do you like that idea? Sign up here. Are you a bud tender? If yes, put in your home address and you're getting, product directly to your house, because we know that the best way for you to sell that weed is to try it.
Right.
Obviously, we've had a great response. Not every person, I'll say this here because I think, we do get a lot of like, where's my weed? Where's my weed? And the reality is we're just running through it all the time, like trying to get as many of these boxes or hot boxes or dope bags or what they're called out to our people, because we want to give you guys the tools. We want to give the bud tenders are everything for us. I started as a bud tender. Like that's how you learn and grow in this industry, is just by meeting people, talking. There's just no better way. And we want to facilitate that for these people. We obviously want to do right by our clients and sell as much of their product as we can. So we find this is the best way to do that. And of course you're going to go and try to sell the thing that you've tried. That's the logical thing to do. Everyone has integrity.
Give someone something, and if they like it, they're going to talk about it.
Exactly.
And we just had Noah on before, and he's talking about the brands that he likes. So it's
Noah had a lot of great insights. I was listening to Noah, and even, when it comes to brands like cookies, and a lot of our products are really on the high end of the, pricing spectrum and whatever else. And I think, I heard you referencing Louis Vuitton. I think there is a place, it is an interesting conversation that I love to have. Like, what is the place for this premium cannabis? Where does it sit in the market? And how can we work as bud tenders and industry like reps to sell it for what it is and to help make sure that people understand the value that they're getting.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have to have fire. I mean, that's what drives the legacy market. So if you want those people to come over, you have to fill the void in the legal market. So about cookies, like obviously, it's an iconic brand. How did that conversation go? Like, how are you representing them in Canada? How did that come about? Because that's a great accomplishment.
Thank you. Yeah, we pitched hard for that business. I'm not going to lie. We really wanted to work with cookies. We love cannabis culture. Allison, my partner, Allison Gordon, who was with me at 48 North before this as well. We both are just so excited about the world of fun weed brands that are coming to life. We love what we're seeing in the States, obviously, and spend a lot of time there. Like, there's so much fun to be had.
I'm so excited that you keep saying fun.
Yeah, as we that's what we're here to do.
That's a new word in the cannabis space.
I know, but so I'm glad it's resonating with people. But I think so. Yeah, we knew that cookies was coming to Canada, and to be honest, the minute that we heard they were coming, we hopped on to as many different contexts as we could in the States, trying to understand what like that landscape was going to look like here. We ended up chatting with the team from Noya, and it was like clear from the first minute that there was something for us to really fight for. They're a really great team. Like I said, family business, really wonderful people. From day one, we were kind of like, oh my gosh, this could be so beyond incredible, because you just don't know who's going to be the one, right? Who gets the license. And so they also remembered Allison really well from being at a conference very early on in the space and having, getting up and saying, we're going to go smoke a joint. Anyone want to come? And then it's just crickets. And then Allison obviously pops up and is like, I'll come with you. And so they got to smoke, and they remembered that years later. And they were definitely like down the line with some other groups, and we were like, we're not going to let this go. We really, really want to pitch. Give us an opportunity to please show you like what we can do and introduce you to the team. And we did that, and we got the business. And yeah,
Fun.
it's really, you know, that's definitely, like I did say to everyone at that time, like, you know, things move really fast. Like this is a hard industry. Like I'm sure that there's going to be lots of challenges and lots of fun and fun challenges, but let's take a minute right now and kind of celebrate and say we got.
Well, they're a genuine
we had this
brand,
accomplishment.
and they appreciate that you guys are genuine. So
Yeah, I think
that's
that was
probably
definitely.
what sold it, right?
Definitely, like we have everyone's cannabis people on our team,
Right.
all our reps, and you know, from some people on our team in BC who have been, you know, one girl, her husband and her have run a store for 15 years there. So these people really understand the market. They really understand the culture, more importantly, and they are obsessed with the weed. And when you have something like what Noya is putting out on the cookies side, like you need the right people to be able to talk about and like live and breathe that weed. So I think they saw that in our team, which is awesome. And, you know, just going back to cookies overall and the brand coming to Canada, I think that they needed to make sure that they were coming in with the right people, you know?
Yep,
and
absolutely.
Noya did that for them too, for sure. So
Nice. So what is coming down the pipeline out of your family of brands that you can let our viewers know about?
okay, what's coming down the
Ooh.
pipeline? Rebecca, I feel like I've been speaking.
Well, you know, I mean, from the cookies brand, we're going to be having some vapes that are coming into market really soon. Like, as you know, there is a lot of products that are in the US that aren't yet in Canada.
Yes.
So want to bring some of those over. So
Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to tell you one thing.
Okay.
I need the cookies gun. You know the weed
money
gun?
gun?
No, not the money
Oh,
one.
okay.
You know the one that blows out the weed?
Yes.
Yes, we need some of those for the green room. Okay? I'm
Okay.
just letting you guys know that. So,
Please.
yeah.
We'll work on that. Okay, yeah. So just sit with that.
Fair.
So yeah, we definitely need that. There is a money gun where you like load the money in and then
Yeah, we like that
and that
too.
like
Yeah.
flies.
Who
And I
doesn't?
love
I mean,
that.
Snoop Dogg has one of those, right?
Yeah,
I have some of
totally.
that Snoop Dogg's cash.
Yeah, them
we
cookies
want
money.
the weed one.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to cut you off about
No.
the
So
vaporizer.
yeah, so we have some vapes coming
Yeah.
out from cookies. There's also, you know, a whole bunch of things that are grown in or that are in the US that aren't
Yeah.
here. Right now you can get some of that via medical at Mendo, but
Oh, yeah.
also
We were talking to
you
Mendo
know,
J yesterday.
hopefully
I like
some of
that.
those
Jay.
will come into the rec market as well, which will be really exciting.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
have
we
too
bought
much
a
sight
collection.
line.
Oh,
But
my joints are now under my chair. I can't reach.
You see,
them.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Good people are like, they're in this like, you know, they
And see, they're
connect
coming
somehow.
together,
Yeah, you
see?
understand what I'm
Right?
saying? It's like, okay, hey,
Yeah.
you know, because yeah.
So some of my hissy fits aren't just for nothing. They're right. I get it. Like, I feel community. This is me
Right?
and Derek first. I say, good people find each other. Good people it will happen. The
Oh,
energies and the
100%. Like you
synergies,
end
it
up
will
always coming
happen.
around. You come back to one
Come
another,
back to
and
it,
you
like-
see the same
Like
people.
I've met Amy for 4 years
Yeah.
off and on.
Yeah.
Like at Planet Paradise.
I
and
know. I
whatever,
remember
like,
that
you know,
with Frenchy Cannoli.
Frenchy cannoli.
Yeah, that
so
was
like there's
awesome.
just things just come around and then
That was awesome.
Mendo J, we love him. We love like what he's doing and
Yeah,
the
they're
brands
doing
he's-
something amazing. We're
And now
super.
you're bringing up Mendo.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I have found throughout my career in cannabis as well. It's like I keep coming back around to the same people. And that's why you don't burn bridges, for one thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Right.
definitely.
We're all going to see each
And
other
you never
again
know
somewhere.
where somebody's gonna pop back up, or like, I don't know. I just have learned in this industry, I don't judge anything or anyone, or expect. I don't expect what's coming next, because sometimes people can really surprise you with
Right.
amazing work, or the other way around.
Right.
But usually with amazing work, where I don't ever assume that I know like what somebody's capable of or whatever, because we all face a lot of challenges, but. This community, like you said, we all come back to each other.
What a challenging community.
I know it is. But I want to say
Yeah.
one more thing about what's coming with cookies, because
Oh,
I think
yes,
that
that's what
this
we wanna hear.
is an important one. We have some rotating SKUs finally in Ontario. So we have the Collective, which is Cheetah Pea right now, which we were talking about earlier. It's a very, very, it is heavy on the pea, and it's also like a quite heavy hitter. So I'm loving it. And that will be rotating. I think Pink Rosé might be next, but I
Ooh.
don't want to say for
Rosé.
sure. Yeah, it's a delicious strain. It's in BC now. It's in Manitoba. So I'm hoping I'm hoping I'm right. But that
take
will
that
always be a
and a money gun.
rotating like genetic. That will
Yep.
always be something fresh and new, because as you know, anything that goes into a product call now will be there in about 6 to 8 months. So we really needed that to keep things fresh, and we've got it now. So we're really excited about that because Ontario just doesn't otherwise get like the new,
Right.
unfortunately.
So why? What provinces are the easiest to work with?
I mean, Saskatchewan and Manitoba, you work directly with the retailer, so that's a lot easier. You can sell to distributors in Saskatchewan who will get your product out there for you, and really it's a
Right.
question of a couple conversations.
Guys are hot in Saskatchewan
That's
too.
another good point about other people's spot. They know where to navigate. So if you maybe don't have, you want to launch first in one province, they can let you know which province to start with and strategize that, right?
Exactly, because they're like, as I say that, like, there's so many nuances, and we're happy to like help people through that as well. There's I say Manitoba, but then I immediately think about actually at people's facilities and having to ship out directly to all these different retailers and all the problems that can create. Even though for me, it's like a lot easier to get on the phone and say, sell this product, and they'll buy it and it's done. So that makes it a lot simpler. Whereas in Ontario, you're listing something, they're going to look at it in 3 months. They're going to tell you in a month from then if it's available, if they're going to list it or not.
Right.
You're supposed to already have grown it out, know what the terps are, the CFAs, all of that stuff. It's very difficult to have anything exciting. And most of that stuff you'll see in other provinces first, just because of that cycle. It's sad.
So other than cookies,
I was going to ask.
what else is launching in your family of brands that people can get excited about? Because everybody knows cookies, everybody loves cookies.
Yeah.
But what's like a kind of like a what do you want to call it? Yeah.
Well, they're not really smaller anymore, especially after this week, but Purple Hills, which I don't think you guys have been up to the farm. So we'll have to make sure after this, I think we'd love for you to shoot an episode there if it's something you're interested in.
Oh
but
my gosh, we should
it's
definitely do an episode.
Very interested. I have overalls.
Okay, amazing. Okay, good.
Yeah, you guys will be blown away. Like Amy
Yeah.
will talk about Purple Hills in general, but you'll be blown away by this farm. There's a animal rescue. It's in the Purple Hills of Creemore. You cannot help but be feeling
I have some
absolute
animals
bliss.
I might want to drop off.
They will take them if that's if you must. But they just launched a brand, funny enough, actually called Community, based on what we're just chatting about. Community brand launched this week, and what I'm most excited for is Trim de la Trim, which is a milled flower product, perfectly milled for rolling a joint or putting in your bong.
Nice.
So it's not too fine, not too chunky, but that brand really is based off of the idea of bringing together a community. So they're based in Creemore. They have a ton of micros they're looped in with around the area.
Right.
And they bring all the
Creemore, that's
material.
by Wasaga, Blue Mountain, but
It's up that way.
It's somewhere around there.
Exactly.
I remember going through there and seeing all of those micro breweries. So now they're getting into micro cannabis.
So
That
smart.
makes so much sense.
It's
So
actually
smart.
the guy that is the GM of Purple Hills is also, he used to be running the Creemore Brewery. So definitely lots of connections there, and same idea.
You got good water up there too.
More springs.
Isn't that where Flow is somewhere around up there?
Oh,
No, I think you might be
Yeah,
right,
I think
actually.
you're
Yeah.
right.
where flow water comes from?
So, if you're feeding the cannabis plants with that good water, Jackie.
Yeah, and they have such an amazing, a lot of their micros, or I think all of them are
We have to
actually
go
are
to-
regenerative
where is it?
farms.
What's it called? Purple?
Purple Hills in Creemore, Ontario.
We're going to that.
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
gonna love it. It's beautiful. We can go tomorrow if you want. Whenever you want. Peter will be there with open arms. That's the founder. He's an incredible force. He is touring bud tenders around there 2 days a week this whole summer, which is so awesome. He's so keen to make
That's
that
an amazing
personal
opportunity.
connection.
Yeah.
That's really
It
nice
is.
idea.
Yeah. So
it
anyone can
excites them
sign
so
up.
much. It really does. We brought hundreds of bud tenders
So
through.
anyone can sign up. That is
Anyone can sign up.
They had that infrastructure because you could tour the brewery too, right?
Well,
And you
this
could
is
see
honestly its own little thing. So it's
Yeah.
Peter has an amazing compound which has a medical grow on it. They have regenerative animal farm across the street where you can leave and buy bacon and sausages and all that stuff
Oh
too.
my goodness.
And then they have the rescue animal farm, which is on Peter's property. And so we can all go there, have lunch, eat food that's been grown at the farms locally, and then tour some of the micros around there. And then, there's also a processing facility in Creemore that is kind of central to the whole thing too. So there's always the opportunity to look at that. But I love to just go hang out at the house where the animals are, the rescue animals. There was a micro there. You can play in the weed, take amazing photos. There's a pond. We can swim. It's an amazing place.
Has to be soon.
Yeah, it has to be soon. Exactly. Thanks to some of those silver linings of the terrible reality of global warming is it'll probably be hot until October. So we can go. We'll have lots of time.
Yeah, we'll get you up there for sure. Let's work on that after
that would
this.
be some content.
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to think about.
It's gorgeous. And like,
Is there a goat?
There are goats.
There are goats.
There is a big bull. There is tons of like rescue racehorses. So Tracy, the head grower, actually, I think this was her brainchild. She rescues all these animals who were probably going to be put down, like, racehorses that couldn't run anymore or whatever the reason was. So they all came to the farm. They're so beautiful. Like you can't help but being in just the best mood once you see these guys.
This is how weed should be thought of, like a community, the micros, they have a rescue, there's having some fun. We've said fun, like everybody smoke a joint every time you hear the word fun in this episode, for real.
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
High, and this was a great chat.
This is so nice. I'm glad we finally connected. It's funny because I feel like we never actually talked for this long, had this long of a conversation, and we're doing it in front of everybody, which is so fun. So fun.
We saved it for some great content.
Yeah, some great content in the green room. Well, thanks for joining us, and thanks for chatting with us. It was great to actually meet you, Rebecca.
You
and
too.
Amy, Derek and I would love to come to the farm.
Absolutely. And so let everybody know where they can find you. And
and anybody who wants to be part of that community.
Yes.
Exactly. Because this is, it's something great. You can see the difference, right, Jackie?
Yep.
Compared to,
there was some
people we won't talk about. You know what I'm saying?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Right?
So this is.
I'm having a comfortable conversation. I don't feel that we had to, right?
Well, it's just
we're
real.
having a real conversation.
Yeah, it's not.
And we're hearing names that we like, and we're hearing the words that we are like, wait, why are we not hearing those words? Well, we've heard them.
Yeah.
So it's
love
a really
that.
great conversation. It was
so
a
good.
really nice chat about how cannabis should.
And it's great to hear about all of this because, your website is it's what do you want to call that? It's like you said, how it's just that
What do you call that? Fun?
Like
gorilla, it doesn't tell what it is.
Yeah.
It leaves a mystique,
I like that.
It's like, well, what is this? I want to get in, but
So how do we
it's
find
awesome.
you?
Okay, so I think Instagram's a really good way to connect with us. You can actually DM us, and Allison and I are both on there all the time.
Nice.
It's at Other People's Pot. And then www.otherpeople'spot.com is where bud tenders can go sign up to get some weed sent to your homes and give us some good feedback. We do ask a bit of information like where you work and all that good stuff because it's all part of what
That's
we're
only
doing.
fair.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't
But
have to
we
do
do
that.
ask for
Give us
feedback too,
information.
which I think people are happy to do. But I think Instagram's the best place to find us. And in stores, we're in stores all the time. Our reps are out in the streets and in stores doing events, whatever. So find them and check them out too. And they're all on our Instagram, popping up all over the place.
So when you are at a store, you're there as Other People's Pot, or you're there as the brand that you're representing?
We're really there as, we're representing the brands. And for us, first and foremost is the brands that we represent. Other People's Pot is a great vehicle for us to bring people to those brands.
Yeah.
And, we've worked with some brands that really haven't had any showing, anything to show of their own yet. So that was great for them. But, with cookies, for example, that's a cookies pop-up. When there's a cookies pop-up, it's a cookies pop-up. And we keep it very cookies centric because we're only there to enhance our clients' brands.
Right. So I'm just so for people to recognize that it's you, or how does that work? For all of your clients, do you run all of the activations? So we could assume if Cookies is there, it's Other People's Pot.
More or less, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
If Cookies is there, it's Other People's Pot.
Right.
Purple Hills, Sense and Purpose
Right.
as well is a beverage that we're working on.
So
And
you're like a one-stop shop.
yeah, we're a one-stop shop. You can, we've got little jumpsuits that are embroidered with Other People's Pot and cool badges and stuff on them. So you
Nice.
can sometimes recognize that. We've got a bunch of merch for all of you guys, which is also in the back, which hopefully our people are usually wearing in the field because they love it. And when you see
Do you
those
have a bucket
Jackie
hat?
loves
brands,
merch.
Do you have a bucket hat?
No.
You're not the first person to request a bucket hat, though. So
Okay,
maybe
well, we'll get thinking about that one for our
That'll
next
be our
line of merch.
2024 merch line. Just
I need
kidding.
a bucket hat while I'm riding that tractor, smoking that weed, playing with my goat.
Don't worry, Purple Hills will have a good hat for you. They've
Oh,
got
that's
lots
true.
of
They have a
stuff.
great hat.
Yeah. No,
It's
no.
not a bucket hat though, but that's next.
It's a dad hat. You'll like it.
I'm sure I'll love it.
It'll go with your overalls nicely.
D?
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
I love other
Thank
people's
you guys.
pot.
I want to
Yeah.
say thank you for having us because, like, we don't, I haven't been doing a lot of this, honestly, and it feels really nice to just chat with you guys and some community people.
Absolutely,
it.
it feels great to get to know what you're doing, and you guys are doing really, really good, and yeah, it was good talking.
Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us at Stokd.
Thanks for joining us at
in
Stokd
Niagara
Cannabis.
Falls.
Yes, and one of the 7th wonders of the world, Niagara Falls, Ontario. Peace.
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 We're always fresh and a little bit sticky. The green room on Cannabis Wiki.